Hey guys, Thrasher here, and we just got a huge update in Dragon Ball Legends. There's new characters, new banners, new events, new scout battles, there's quality of life changes. We're going to go through it all right now. Let's get into it. Okay, first thing we need to talk about, there's new units in the game. There are 6 new extreme units, there are 3 new spark units, and there are multiple hero units. We won't go through the hero units, but the extreme units are Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, there's a Frost now, and a first and a third form Frieza. Now, those units you can go check out yourself. I don't think there's anything too crazy about any of them. Let me go through the 3 new sparking units though, and I will have full reviews on these sparking units, but let me give you just a real quick rundown of each one and basically what they do. So the first one is this Final Form Frieza, which I think is the most anticipated of the 3. He is built to be a direct hard counter to Vegeta. That's his job. He's a melee unit. He does good melee damage. The next is Captain Ginyu. This is what people who have been running Ginyu Force teams have been waiting for. He completes the team. He gives bonus health to Ginyu Force members. He's a good unit. And then the last one is Kid Gohan. He is actually a very good melee unit, and he's fantastic if you have Sparking Piccolo. He synergizes extremely well with Sparking Piccolo. And like I said, I'll have full reviews on all 3 of those characters in the very near future. Now, let's go look at the events, because they added a lot on the event side. So, before we had the Nappa event, we had the Raditz event, now we have the Ginyu Force event, and this event is awesome. It makes the hero unit Ginyu Force members viable. So like you can have a full Ginyu Force team now, and they drop equipment that actually helps specific characters. So this can be used by any Ginyu Force member. If we go back one, this can be used by Captain Ginyu. And the great thing about all these equipment is most of the time, I would say all of them except for 1 or 2, the unit you see on it is the unit that can use it, so it's easy to figure out who uses what. There's a Ginyu Force member equipment item, there's a Ginyu Force equipment member item, there's a Captain Ginyu item just for Captain Ginyu, there's one for Birder, one for Raccoon, Goldo, and Jace. So they all have their own specific equipment item. They're very powerful, so make sure you go farm those if you're going to run a Ginyu Force team at all. The only other major thing to note here is it goes to EX5 just like it has with every other event so far, and the equipment farming is good for Zenny just like it has been. We will have one other thing on equipment here in just a minute, but let me go through the other event related things first. So there are 2 new scout battles and a returning scout battle. These 2 scout battles are new, one for Goldo and one for Birder. They work pretty much the same way it always has, the way it worked for Yamcha, the way it works for Krillin. Nothing crazy here. You can do it 5 times a day for each of them. The rewards, the first time you do it, you get the unit, and then as you clear the challenges, you get the Rising Soul related to their color. Now, here's the cool thing. Krillin's scout event, or scout battle is back. It's the hard mode only, and when you clear the whole thing, it drops a Super Soul 2. So you're guaranteed a purple Super Soul 2 when you clear all of these challenges, and it gives you a ton of level 2 Rising Souls for purple. So if you needed those, this is definitely a godsend. So that's awesome. The last 2 major content updates. One, there are new summon animations. So that's awesome. I have not seen all the new summon animations yet. I'm working on it. As you can see, I got a couple stones up here. I plan on unloading most, if not all of these in the current banner. And that's not because the current banner is absolutely amazing. It's a good banner. I wouldn't call it an amazing banner, but it's because I am on an Android emulator right now, and I'm going to switch to iOS, and I can't bring these with me, so they need to be used. The other major update outside of the summon animations is we finally got another hard mode for story. So Chapter 2 of the main story now has hard mode. I have not gone through it yet, but we have data mined all of the rewards and all of the experience that you get from these. So Book 2 Chapter 1 on hard mode actually gives you less experience than Book 1 Chapter 4. But the final chapter, Book 2 Chapter 6, gives you the most experience in the game right now. So if you have a team that can defeat level 999 units, because one of them is 999 and the other are low to mid 900s, then do that. That's the best experience in the game. I would bring 2 units that can beat it, and then your unit that you're leveling up. The other awesome thing is we finally have a hard mode mission that drops Super Soul 2 for red and for purple. So if you need those now, they do drop in book 2 of hard mode. Now for the quality of life updates. There's 2 massive quality of life updates. The first one I'm going to mention is PvP. So one of the major issues that has been plaguing this game is high level PvP and even mid level PvP. A lot of people will disconnect when they see your team or they see your battle rank, whatever, when they're in the lobby, because they didn't lose anything for it. If you disconnect in the lobby before the game starts now, you will get a loss and your opponent will get a win, which is amazing. It speeds up PvP. You don't have to sit there and wait through 7 disconnects in a row before you get a match. If someone does disconnect, you're going to get free points, so that's awesome. Then the next major quality of life update, by far my favorite thing, because I'm big into farming for Zenny. If we go over to equipment, in one of my older equipment videos I told you that you need to farm equipment, then you click it and you can sell it, but you have to go in and you have to check what the roll is, right? So we need to figure out whether 5% is a good roll or not, and then we have to go through and look at each one. We don't have to do that anymore at all. So they changed it. If you can see these green little dots at the bottom, that tells you how good the roll is on the slot. If it's green, it's an average or below average roll. If it's orange, it's a good roll. So now all you have to do is go through here, click anything that doesn't have an orange dot on it, and oh, that's got an orange dot, so we're not going to sell that, and then we just sell. Saves you a ton of time. That is fantastic. There were also quite a few bug fixes in the update. The only major one that I think you need to know about right now, because it will affect gameplay, is before you could actually backstep out of melee super and ultimate attacks. So if someone were to, for example, Pycon were to use his fire kick, you could backstep out of that. You cannot do that anymore. The only way you can get out of a melee based super or ultimate move is through vanishing step, just like with a key based super or ultimate move. So that's a pretty huge update to the combat. And those are all the major points from this update. Like I said, there's a ton of new content here. I've already refilled my energy probably 3 times this morning, and I'm not even close to being done. I haven't even gone through, like I showed you, the hard mode chapter 2 stuff. So this should keep most people pretty well tied over for at least a few days, if not a week or 2. So I will make sure to get full reviews of everything I just showed you in depth for absolutely everything in the very near future. Until then, if you guys like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.